Guys, Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. It is Saturday, July 22nd, I believe, around there. I want to give everybody an update on the cryptos, what's happening, where it's going, whether or not the blockchain or the Bitcoin hard fork, soft fork, user activated, soft fork, much ado about nothing, much ado about everything. I think in the long run, Bitcoin will be fine. In the short term, over the next few months, it'll be volatile. I think a really good play right now is to sell your Bitcoin and buy Litecoin, L-I-T-E-C-O-I-N. It is the fourth largest market cap. Number 4, it's 4 times as fast as Bitcoin, and there's 4 times as many coins out there. So you got a lot of 4s going on there. I think even with the SegWit solution for Bitcoin will only temporarily increase the speed and make it cheaper, very temporarily. They're going to run into the same problem a few months down the line, maybe a year down the line, as in things will go too slow. It'll be very secure, that's great, but it won't be very useful as a means of exchange, whereas Litecoin is doing everything it can do to take that position. I think they will take that position, and in Cliff High's data, it does show Litecoin moving up exponentially very soon, and very soon, probably, I would say, between now and August, September. So that's pretty soon. Right now, Litecoin is trading at about $46. I think you could see, at a very minimum, Litecoin going 4-to-1 with Bitcoin. 4 Litecoin will buy you 1 Bitcoin. 4-to-1 right now with Bitcoin would be around, what, 500 bucks? No, 600 bucks. Right around 600 bucks. So, well, soon to be 600 bucks. Let's say 550 bucks is what it should be traded now based on Bitcoin's price at a 4-to-1 ratio. I think 4-to-1 is the appropriate ratio. Litecoin is extremely more useful than Bitcoin on day-to-day transactions. And there's talk of some kind of partnership merging of the technologies. So nowhere to go but up, I think, for the Litecoin. Bitcoin, it will be pretty volatile. I think Cliff Highs, I had Bitcoin going to 10,000 by the end of the year. I still hold on to that. I think that is very doable. You know, when I said it, it was under 1,000. So now it's nearing in on 3,000. Cliff High's data, again, has Bitcoin building a floor at 2888. 2,888, so up another 100 bucks in the near term. And then going into the end of September, going up near 4888, which is a big jump. And I think at that time frame, it'd probably pull back a little again, maybe 30%, and before it makes the next move up towards 10,000. Is it correct? I don't know. I think the utility of Bitcoin, especially, everybody's like, well, what do you use Bitcoin for? You know, people understand other tokens, how they're used. But Bitcoin, its only uses as a means of exchange, which they're pretty much saying it's going to stay slow and stay expensive, and a store of value. You know, do we really need a store of value in Bitcoin? Yeah, I think so. I think especially when the banks crash or wobble, people will be looking out the cryptocurrencies and say, "Oh my God, I can use Bitcoin to store my money like gold. I can use Litecoin to transact business." I think there's supposed to be some announcements in Litecoin coming the 1st of August, probably related to increased speed, decreased price, which is awesome. And you know, I think that would even, at some point, if Litecoin really gets a lot faster than 4 times the speed of Bitcoin, yes, the price should go up towards parity with Bitcoin. So Litecoin will go from $46 now, if Bitcoin's at $10,000 a coin, maybe even up to $10,000 a coin for Litecoin. Obviously very aggressive estimates. I don't know if that's going to happen. I still believe that Bitcoin will be somewhere around 10,000 by the end of the year, and so far so good. The last pullback was a test for a lot of new people on, can their stomachs handle a Bitcoin pullback? They happen all the time. They go up really fast and come down even faster, and then go up really fast, but the crocodile teeth are moving on an upward slant. That's what you got to keep in mind. So next time, be prepared. When it's getting frothy, I'd say around somewhere over $4,000, you can even play the trading game. Sell some, and it might not pull back. You don't know, but just be mentally prepared for a pullback. But right now we're looking good all the way up to at least $4,000 by September, I believe, and we'll see what happens. A lot of banking issues coming up. It's the end of the third quarter, end of the fiscal year for the United States, so that comes in at the end of September, and it's going to be really exciting. I'm got. Everything is going well as far as silver, and as far as silver, meaning silver is bottoming. Ted Butler came out with a really good few articles lately. I'm on his private side, his private road, and said he's never been so bullish in a long time. So yeah, Ted knows his stuff too. JP Morgan's closing out their electronic short position. They're sitting there with over 600 billion ounces of physical 600 million ounces of physical silver. And those of you worried, JP Morgan's just going to dump them on the market. First of all, 600 million ounces is nothing on an electronic market. They do 120 billion ounces a year of electronic silver trades, and that's where the price is set. So there's no physical component to it. You don't have to worry about. If JP Morgan dumped their 600 million ounces onto the market, great. They don't hold it anymore. It wouldn't do anything to the price. Anything. I mean, about that amount is traded every day on the LBMA and on the COMEX. So I mean, there's no correlation there. So don't worry about that. Let's talk a couple prices here. Bitcoin is sitting at 27.63, nice and strong. A lot of people thinking the whole fork and the SegWit stuff is behind us. I would say it's not behind us. It doesn't solve a problem. Is the other thing. Even if we get past this and SegWit gets implemented and everything's rosy, SegWit will get maxed out again. It won't be long before they're saying the exact same things that they're saying today. It's too slow and it's too expensive. So it wasn't a solution. It's a temporary patch. Ethereum regained a lot of power. It was down at 150. Ethereum's going to be volatile. The platform is proving to be an amazing platform for all these ICOs and companies, which means a lot of people buying Ethereum, a lot of people selling Ethereum, like the ICOs, for example, when they get their Ethereum from selling off tokens, they have to go out and sell some of it because they need operating capital. So that's why Ethereum is so crazy. But in the same breath, if anybody wants to get into these ICOs and they find a good company that they like, they got to go in and buy Ethereum. So it's going to have this spiky movement. I think Ethereum by the end of the year, I think we'll hit $1,000. So that's 400% gain from right now if you're looking to buy Ethereum. Again, it'll be very volatile. Ripple, I'm not a fan of. What's it at, $18? That's a bankster coin. I don't trust it. I don't want to trust it. I don't need to trust it. There's a lot of coins that will go away. Ethereum Classic, I'm not too excited about. I know a lot of people love it, but it's like clinging on to the old. You got to move on. Dash and all that. I don't really have many of these others. I have a little Monero. I have some Steam just because I earned it on Steemit, posting videos. Steam's up 56% in the past week. But yeah, again, these things are very volatile. So just buy it, and if you want it, buy it and move on. But here's my baby right now, Veritasium. The more you learn about this company, it's not necessarily even a cryptocurrency. I would say it's a platform that you can use to do transact peer-to-peer transactions, which could basically take the COMEX's place, take the New York stock market's place, any peer-to-peer transaction with any type of asset. I think it's a great technology. Reggie's doing well to build out the technology. I think a lot of companies and a lot of traders and a lot of brokers and dealers will be buying Veritasium Or that's if they can get their hand on it. They might just be renting it, and Veritasium's working on a rental program. Imagine that. It's like having gold in your vault that you keep, and you just rent it out to using the smart contracts to make sure that you get it back, so there's no credit risk. And you just rent out your Veritasium, and you buy a chunk, you sit back and get your monthly earnings. If that program gets implemented, which I think it will, I heard it's ready for implementation the first quarter of 2018. I mean, everybody's going to be running after Veritasium. And right now, it's not even traded on a big exchange because the big exchanges know that Veritasium can easily replace them. So they're not going to give Veritasium any love. It's still way under the radar. You're not going to hear it on hardly any of the news networks other than the inside crypto stuff. But those who know are buying and holding and buying and holding. And Veritasium was one of the first ICOs to really kick off the big number ICO stuff. I mean, the first tokens went out. I think it was under $1.50. And look at it now, $224. Yes, it's one of the things you look back and go, oh God, I wish I just spent my life savings on Veritasium. But you're going to say that about 224 as well. And Cliff High's data has Veritasium. I think it has it overtaking Bitcoin. So if Bitcoins go to 10,000, Veritasium by next year, Veritasium could easily go up there too, according to Cliff's data. And of course, there's a lot to go through before we get there, and a lot of proving out of the Veritasium platform. I think a big test is going on with the Jamaican Stock Exchange right now. But a lot of these coins, they're years off before they have a product. Veritasium, the company, the platform, is being implemented as we speak. So I think that's a great buy and a great hold. And I don't ever see myself selling it. I see myself leasing it out for big bucks and a constant income flow in the coming months and years. And I think this stuff will go on for years. No, it's not a bubble. Of course, everybody who was saying, "Oh my God, we're in a bubble," and the cryptos pulled back 30 to 50%, and they said, "I told you we're in a bubble," and now they're going up again, and those guys have gone silent once again. It's insane, insane. The other one that's under the radar is this company right here, Salt Lending. Haven't talked much about it because they're still kind of in the pre-ICO mode. They're still getting approvals, and what they do is blockchain-backed loans. So basically, if you have all those crypto millionaires and billionaires out there, and even small loans, if you have some crypto to put up as collateral against a loan for cash, you don't have to sell your crypto to get some value out of it. You can just take a loan out using your crypto as collateral. It's a really amazing idea, and I think it will be huge in the future. But they're having their pre-ICO right now, and a lot of people have been able to get into it. If you want to get some, I think right now, for the next probably week or two, they're selling for $1.50 a token, which is an 85% discount on what they're going to retail at $10. That's the plan, is to stick a dollar sign on the token of $10. It's a membership token, and it gives you access to their loan platform. And these loans, you pay your loan off just like a regular loan with fiat money, and banks are going to be bidding on these transactions. So hopefully within time, the interest rate will go aggressively low as more and more banks understand that cryptos are a very good and very liquid collateral to own. But they plan on getting this up and running, I think by the end of the year, having their first loans go out and things of that nature. Anyway, you can join. I don't know if they're different, but join early. This gets you on the list to be eligible even for a loan. And the list is already long, so you want to definitely get in there, even if you don't want to take out a loan using your cryptos as collateral. But also there's this. That's saltlending.com. And then there's this, which is the membership. It's a private ICO, membership.saltlending.com, and log in. And you can sign up right up here. and you have to be approved by SALT to get in on their pre-ICO. And the way that you pay for the ICO tokens is with, it was with Bitcoin, or it was just with Bitcoin. And they've done very well. I think there's 30% left at the $1.50 rate, then it jumps right to $3. And that's when they're going to do their big marketing push. So if you want to get in on this, get in early, hit the sign up button right here. And that'll take you enrich your username, you put in your email, your password, and your confirmation. And then they'll send you an email about how to buy into the pre-ICO. Not sure if you could do it right now, even because they are preparing for the Bitcoin changeover, because they were just accepting Bitcoin for the SALT tokens, and now they're accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum. But there's a changeover. I think right now it's frozen as far as investing, but that'll go away, and it probably for the next couple of weeks you can use Ethereum to buy SALT tokens. And then after the Bitcoin dust up that's coming up in the next couple of weeks, actually it's coming up, what, the 31st. So we're looking at it's coming up pretty close next couple of weeks. And so they're just being safe, and they're saying, okay, use Ethereum instead. And that's fine. But that won't last long that you get the $1.50. Excuse me. Woo! Pardon me. I felt that one coming. That won't last long, because it'll be up and running. Bitcoin will be up and running. Everybody will probably wipe their brow and say, "Whew, another hurdle cleared in Bitcoin," and then SALT will be accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I do think within the next 2 weeks that that this round of SALT token sale at 85% discount from retail, so they're selling them at $1.50 a token. I think within the next 2 weeks that'll close out completely, and then it jumps to $3 a token. So if you're going to do this, you got to do it as soon as you can. And I don't even think you can right now, but probably the next couple days you will be able to buy SALT with Ethereum. But what you need to do is sign up here at their website. Anyway, that's your crypto update as far as silver. Great time to buy anything under. Truthfully, we're all just waiting for the manipulation to end. It is clear that JP Morgan is positioning itself for the end of manipulation, just loading up on physical silver and getting out of their electronic short positions. So they expect chaos to come, and if anybody would know what was going on, it would be JP Morgan, who's been almost the sole price suppressor in the last, since they took over the silver short from Bear Stearns. He was like, I don't know how many years ago that was now. Anyway, that's the story on the cryptos on Veritasium. Make sure you buy private road members. I showed you how to buy Veritasium on Ether Delta. Just go to the Friday road trip. You'll see that. And it's not all that hard, but it is a little more complicated than buying any other tokens. And I don't think Veritasium will ever trade on a larger exchange. Unless they set up their own exchange, which they probably will, and that's what the large exchanges are worried about. So yeah, screaming by Veritasium. I am very excited about this new SALT company and SALT lending. So check it out. Do your due diligence. Do your homework. Always do your homework. And then don't fat finger any of your buys and sells, and make sure everything's in place before you click anything, because it's a wild, wild west in cryptos. And it's going to stay like this all year, all summer, all year, all next year. And then probably in 3 or 4 years, it'll calm down and people will understand better, and there'll be more smoother ways to get cryptos in your pocket and to use cryptos. And it will be more acceptable all around, because the banks will be dying on the vine. And this is how this transition is being played out, and how it was actually planned by the good guys. Set up a completely new system right alongside the old system, so that the transition won't be as dramatic. Millions of people won't die in the transition out of fiat money into something new. Very exciting for everything involved on the road to Ruta. Make sure you go to roadtoruta.com, which is right here. That's what it looks like. And if you go down to the subscription page right here, you'll see the special we got going on there. That's a Ether wallet loaded with Veritasium. And for every new subscription or renewal, I will send a $30 loaded Ether wallet filled with Veritasium, $30 worth of Veritasium, to your front door, so you can be involved in this crazy mixed up world. And who knows, you might use that 30 bucks, and as it goes up, if it goes up as high as I think it's going up, you can just rent out your, used to be $30, now it's $3,000 with the Veritasium to people who need to use it for exchange purposes in the coming year, supposedly next year. Very exciting stuff. Anyway, you can sign up there. It tells you more about what you get for the private road membership. It's $2.99 a year, and you can use PayPal right there. Or you can send me Bitcoin, of course, $2.99 worth of Bitcoin. And then I will mail to you the $30 worth of Veritasium on a paper wallet. This is Bix Weir. We will talk to you later.